We found out in 2008, I think around 4th of July, I think we had a game too, so it was the day of the game that we found out. Ended up still playing. I don't remember who we played or what the score was. But after, I think I told the coaches after the game, and they, came to me and said whatever we needed, they would help. And then our doctors at LDS, said that she would need a blood donor match. It wasn't common for African Americans to be a match. It was a lot harder because, not enough donors that have donated before. So most of it were, from white people or Europeans, and just wasn't enough African Americans. I'm not 100% sure who came up with the idea for RSL to do their own, but I knew Deb Harper. She started, find a match for Marcia, so we did it here at a game. Pretty sure it was while we were in the stadium, close to the opening. So we did our, find a match here. Everybody, signed up and got swabbed. It was 2009, I think it started, and we did it out in Lions Club, and it went well. We had a lot of people that showed up, even though we did have bad weather that day. But a lot of people showed up, and I think they taped it or took photos, and then the league or other teams kind of picked up on it and decided they would do their own donor program at their games, at their stadiums. Former friends of mine, did the same thing at their church. My church here did it. So they all kind of chipped in, and then that kind of spread all over, and the entire soccer community kind of started doing their own thing and kind of helping out. I think every guy that was on the team then signed up and got swabbed. Like I said, a lot of our fans and just a lot of random people that didn't follow soccer came in and got swabbed. Sites got it, went in for the final testing. Everything was a match with him, and then I think he went to his told his coaching staff first that he was thinking about doing it, and he wasn't sure. And then he called me and kind of told me that he was a match for somebody, and I was going to go through with it and let the coaches know then. I was super happy, and Marcia I think she was sitting beside me when he called, and I told her, and she immediately started crying and said, tell him thanks. It's funny how you start something here, and even though it wasn't immediately a match for somebody, but he'll be, or people that got swabbed will be in that in the program for another 15-20 years, and hopefully they can be a match for somebody else. To get your bone marrow drawn out is pretty painful. It's not easy. I think Marcia went through 7 of those, and she kind of took it on the chin after her 3rd one. She kind of got used to it. But going for his first time, I know he was scared. I know it wasn't easy because he wasn't going to be able to play for the rest of the season, and then I think he couldn't even swim for a while. So it's life-changing, and it's obvious for the better, and hopefully that his match does go on and eventually help someone else live their life. The coaches I spoke to, Coach Ellinger, Coach Selish, I saw him later on in the year, and he told me how proud he was of Sites, and same thing with Coach Ellinger at the time. So everybody supports what he did, and I'm sure there's going to be many more players that that got swabbed, even if not from RSL, but from the entire league that got swabbed will be a match for somebody eventually down the line. So far from ours, I think there's 7 people that have been just from ours here at RSL. There's been 7. I'm pretty pumped for him, get back in the nets. I know he's going to be excited. He's going to want to prove a point because, he's playing his old teammates. Hopefully, we get the win, but we kind of take it easy on him and not pound him in this weekend. But, he's a good guy, good goalkeeper, and, his time will come, and, you just take it, a day at a time. Not only because I've seen it work for my wife, but, It's kind of still newish, so there's not a lot of people that are in the registry that should be, and the more people that we have, the more the better odds are for other people in the future. Getting swabbed is not painful to be in a registry at all. And it does take. There's a few other processes you have to pass before you become a full match. So, but the possibilities are still there. So, it does help. I'm sure you'll be, super happy, that you did eventually help somebody. It could be your cousin, a family member, or some random person you don't know. It'll something that you'll always stay with your heart, that you help somebody else to live a few more years.
Watch Real Salt Lake take on FC Dallas on Saturday, March 23rd at 6:30 on ABC4.